asked the Scottish Government whether it will consider making proven and not proven the two available verdicts in the criminal courts.
Cabinet Secretary Angela Constance.
Presiding Officer, the Victims, Witnesses and Justice Reform Bill introduced yesterday proposes to abolish the not proven verdict and introduce a two-verdict system of guilty and not guilty. This decision was based on significant high-quality evidence and extensive stakeholder engagement during the consultation and policy development process. The alternatives of introducing verdicts of proven and not proven was considered, and engagement made clear that guilty and not guilty are unambiguous and easier to understand than the alternatives of proven and not proven. They are familiar verdicts that provide greater clarity and have been proven to work well in other jurisdictions.
John Mason.
I thank the Cabinet Secretary for that answer, and I note the point that she feels they are guilty and not guilty are more easily understood. But I wonder if she would accept that not proven is a more honest verdict than not guilty. After all, someone might have committed the crime, but there's not enough evidence, or they've got often a technicality. So not guilty is surely a subset of not proven, but not proven includes other possibilities too.
Cabinet Secretary. Presiding Officer, it is important that we explain why we support the two-verdict system of guilty and not guilty. And in many regards, Mr Mason's questioning demonstrates some of the difficulties with the not proven and proven alternative. And our evidence is clear that the not proven verdict is not understood by jurors, can cause stigma for the acquitted and trauma for complainers. And our consultation demonstrated 50% of respondents favoured guilty and not guilty, compared to 41% for proven and not proven. Support for guilty and not guilty was particularly strong among legal organisations and those third sector organisations, particularly those who support victims and their families. And, for example, the Senators of the College of Justice commented in their response that the two verdicts available ought to be guilty and not guilty. These are commonly understood concepts which are applied throughout every other English-speaking jurisdiction.
Supplementary, Jamie Green.
Thank you. The Victims Bill published today, it's an excellent name for a bill, I should add, as well as removing the not proven verdict, also proposes one other major change, which is the reduction of jury sizes and the numbers required for a majority verdict. This is quite a substantial change to how decisions are made about whether someone is convicted or not. Can I ask the Cabinet Secretary, what was the thought process that went behind that proposal? What consultation took place that said that that was the right proposal and direction of travel to take? But more importantly, what did the modelling say about the effect that would have on the outcomes of trials? Because ultimately that is the key to its success or otherwise.
Cabinet Secretary. I thank Mr Green for his question. It is important that I reassure him that extensive consultation has underpinned this bill, in particular in terms of the work that has been undertaken by the Victims Task Force, and there has also been significant research undertaken in and around matters impacting on juries both in Scotland and across the developed world. It is important to stress that matters of verdict, jury size and majority are all very closely related and interlinked. It is important for us to maintain a balanced approach and to consider those matters in the round. And while there are other aspects of the bill that are very focused on improving the experience for victims and survivors, and a pilot to address some of the long-standing concerns that we've had about conviction rates for the most serious of sexual offences, including rape. The issues in and around jury size and not proven are not designed to influence conviction rates, because the not proven and the jury size and the jury majority required have to apply for all offences. So I do appreciate it's a somewhat complex area, and I'm happy to explore the detail further directly with Mr Green, but also as the bill progresses.
A supplementary, Liam MacArthur.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Can I belatedly welcome the Cabinet Secretary to her post? Can I also welcome the publication of the bill and support the general thrust in terms of the removal of not proven, which will be aware of the concerns around the impact this then does have on juries. Now, the government's carried out quite a bit of research in terms of mock jury research, but I'm aware that Professor Thomas at University College London has actually carried out research with real juries in different areas. And I wonder whether the government is willing to explore, even at this late stage, engaging with UCL, with Professor Thomas, to undertake further research with real juries on the potential impacts and the confusion she's referred to.
Cabinet Secretary.
Presiding Officer, can I start by assuring Mr MacArthur that the research that was undertaken that was specific to Scotland was indeed extensive, and there is also extensive research elsewhere in Europe too. But of course it is important that as we progress with this landmark legislation that we have a debate in and around all aspects of the bill that is of the very highest of standards, and of course I would expect Parliament and indeed committees to be looking at a full range of evidence, and certainly on behalf of the Government we are always open to exploring all evidence, because it's imperative that if we are determined to put victims very much at the heart of our criminal justice system, that we have to be focused on what works and what works in the real world.